Jeff Bezos has come a long way from a little bookstore to the world's largest retailer. The retailer that shoots rockets into space and works out like Vin Diesel. So how does he spend his money? What are the insane luxury items that he owns? Let's find out. Before we start off, how did a bookstore owner become one of the richest men on earth? Jeff Bezos founded Amazon, the source of much of his wealth, on July 5, 1994. Bezos' parents were reportedly shocked that he would give up a cushy Wall Street job in order to sell books over the internet, but they eventually came round. Bezos' parents invested about $250,000 into the fledgling company, a stake that will be worth as much as $30 billion today. Bezos also received a lot of support from his then wife Mackenzie. She negotiated Amazon's first freight contract and did the company's accounts. Per the terms of their 2019 divorce settlement, Mackenzie holds a 4% stake in the company, which forms a majority of a $59 billion fortune. Amazon made its first initial public offering on May 15, 1997. Since that day, the split-adjusted stock price has increased over 170,000%. Amazon's rise left several early internet competitors in the dust. In the company's first post-IPO shareholder letter, Bezos mentioned strategic partnerships with several peers like America Online, Prodigy, and Yahoo that have either gone out of business entirely or have been purchased by competitors in the years since. Amazon has steadily grown over the last 2 decades. It now sells a wide variety of consumer products, electronics, and digital media. Another area of growth for Jeff Bezos was Amazon Web Services. Analysts project that the cloud unit is on track to becoming a $3 trillion company. Amazon has also gone through various acquisitions over time. The company's 2009 purchase of the online shoe retailer Zappos for $1.2 billion stood at Amazon's biggest acquisition for about 8 years. But then came Amazon's 2017 $13.7 billion purchase of Whole Foods. The Whole Foods acquisition has dramatically boosted Amazon's push into the grocery world. A 2019 study from One Click Retail estimates that Amazon alone has an 18% share of the US online grocery market. Amazon's rise is the primary source of Bezos' fortune. Bezos remains Amazon's largest stockholder, owning 11% of the e-commerce giant, and according to Mackenzie's Bezos statement on the couple's divorce, Bezos retains 75% of the couple's Amazon stock holdings and the voting power of Mackenzie's shares. Bezos has made several investments into other companies. He's done so on both a personal level and through his venture capital firm Bezos Expeditions. Bezos personally invested in Google in 1998, and his $1 million early investment would likely have made him a billionaire even without the extensive Amazon wealth. Bezos Expeditions has invested in several startups, including a blood testing biotech firm Grail, popular software developer website Stack Overflow, and Insider. Business Insider was acquired by Axel Springer in 2015, which makes Jeff Bezos no longer invested. A notable purchase was the Washington Post in 2013. Bezos shelled out $250 million for the legacy newspaper. Since Bezos' acquisition, the Post has greatly expanded its digital offerings and readership has exploded. He has also become one of the wealthiest and most recognizable figures in the tech world. Recent years have brought him a high-profile divorce, a trip via spaceship to the edge of space, his firm's skyrocketed share price during the pandemic, and his departure from the role of CEO from the company he founded 28 years ago. Nowadays, the 58-year-old is focused on his other endeavors, including his space exploration company Blue Origin that recently flew actor William Shatner to the edge of space, as well as the Washington Post, which he bought in 2013. It was in November that Bezos announced plans to donate the majority of his fortune to charity, a commitment he had until shied away from past philanthropy projects to splashy real estate purchases. And to be honest, Bezos' personal purchases are actually quite weird. Who would be worth over $100 billion and still drive a Honda Accord? Honda do have more luxury cars to offer if they by any chance tickle your fancy, but that's Jeff Bezos. He would, however, park his Honda Accord next to his $65 million Gulfstream G650ER private jet. Jeff Bezos is one of the country's biggest landowners. He and his family own at least 5 homes across the US. One estate, with 2 homes on a 5.3 acre of land, is located in Medina, Washington, not far from Amazon's Seattle headquarters. Insiders Harrison Jacobs visited Medina in 2017 to get a sense of what the haven for Seattle's mega wealthy is like. Jacobs got a picture outside of Bezos' estate, but the tall hedges and gate blocks any view inside. The billionaire also owns a Spanish-style mansion in Beverly Hills, California. He bought that property in 2007 for a reported $24.25 million. He also bought another smaller house right next door a decade later. He also owns a ranch in Van Horn, Texas, which serves as a base for his Blue Origin space exploration company. That's pretty cool. He also owns some sleek pads in Manhattan. Bezos owns several condos in the historic Century Building at 25 Central Park West in Manhattan. In June 2019, the Amazon CEO reportedly dropped about $80 million on another 3 adjacent apartments in a different building at 212 Fifth Avenue in Manhattan. The spread consists of a 3-story penthouse and the 2 units directly below it. But he didn't stop there. He also purchased a townhouse in Washington, D.C. in 2016. There is, however, one more Beverly Hills mansion. Bezos reportedly spent $165 million on the property, dubbed the Warner Estate. The Wall Street Journal reported the sale in February 2020. The weirdness of the billionaire doesn't end there. Bezos also has a taste for exotic cuisine. The founder of the e-commerce startup Woot recounted a breakfast with Bezos shortly after Amazon acquired the company, at which the billionaire ordered octopus. And you heard that right. The founder recounted Bezos explaining similarities between Amazon's acquisition of Woot and his offbeat breakfast order. The Amazon founder said, "You're the octopus that I'm having for breakfast. When I look at the menu, you're the thing I don't understand, the thing I've never had. I must have the breakfast octopus." And previously stated, and like other billionaires such as Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, he has also pledged to donate the majority of his fortune to charity. In November, Bezos told CNN that he plans to donate the majority of his wealth to charities fighting the climate crisis and to individuals he views as being able to unite society. The billionaire, who in November ranked as the 4th richest person in the world, according to Bloomberg, said that he's building the capacity to be able to give away this money in an effective manner. Bezos has so far committed $10 billion over 10 years to the Bezos Earth Fund, an organization supporting environmental non-profits. He has also pledged $2 billion to the Bezos Day One Fund, which supports homelessness and early education non-profits. He has also given out 3 $100 million Courage and Civility Awards to activists Van Jones, chef Jose Andres, and singer Dolly Parton. Recipients can then donate the award funds to their charities of choice. In 2021, he gave another $100 million to the Barack Obama Foundation and $200 million to the Smithsonian's Air and Space Museum. Bezos also supports more unusual ventures, like the Long Now Foundation, which seeks to build a giant mechanical 10,000-year-old clock underground in West Texas. The clock is intended to be a symbol for long-term thinking, according to a tweet from Bezos. Bezos also longs to shoot for the stars, and when you are a multi-billionaire, it does get literal. He has a lifelong fascination with NASA, and in 2013, he funded and led an expedition to recover one of the rocket engines from Apollo 12. This was from the floor of the Atlantic Ocean. Blue Origin founder Jeff Bezos says he's been inspired by space travel since watching the Apollo moon landings in his childhood, so it makes sense that he founded Blue Origin. The space exploration company has had several successful test flights of its reusable New Shepard rocket and is currently developing the larger, more reusable New Glenn rocket intended to compete with SpaceX. The goal is, in part, to colonize the solar system, and Blue Origin in the long term intends to support a large-scale human spaceflight. In 2018, Jeff Bezos told Matthias Döpfner, CEO of Insider's parent company Axel Springer, that he considers Blue Origin the most important work he's doing. He also stated that he plans to spend his entire fortune on space exploration, saying, "I'm going to use my financial lottery winnings from Amazon to fund that." Bezos also spends plenty of cash on his personal lives. He spoils his loved ones. He also threw a star-studded birthday bash for his girlfriend Lauren Sanchez in 2019. So, thank you very much for watching the video. Where would you spend your next vacation if you had the same money as Jeff Bezos? Let us know in the comment section below. And don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell to get more updates like this one. And as always, thank you very much for watching.